Last episode, Roma knocked us out of the Champions League after an exciting 2 legs, and now it's time to put all of our focus on finishing top of the league. Hey, what's going on, guys? Respected Jeff here with the final episode of not only the season, but the entire career here with Chelsea. It's all coming down to the wire with 8 games remaining in the league. Man, is it close. We are 1 point above Liverpool right now, and this season is in our hands. But I'll be completely honest with you guys right off the bat. What you see is what you get here. We're not going to cheat or anything. I'm not going to force the issue and just force ourselves to win the league to end on a high note. Honestly, I find it kind of corny how a lot of YouTubers do that. If we win it, then great, but I'm not going to force the issue by any stretch. We got 8 games here. The last 4 are brutal. Leicester City, Manchester City, Liverpool, and Spurs. So we got to take the points while the getting's good here against teams like West Brom. We'll kick the episode off with that matchup. Without further ado, let's get straight to it. Alright, well, like I said, 8 games left, and the first 4 are ones that we should be winning. We need all the points we can get with Liverpool chasing down our heels here. Barbosa gets the start, looking for a little bit of rotation up top to keep the team spirit alive, and boy does he deliver. Not quite scoring, but a constant goal threat in the early minutes here, although to be perfectly honest, we get away there with a chance from West Brom off the post, and it probably could have and should have been a goal for them. Barbosa, another chance, stings the hands of the goalkeeper there, and he has been great so far. Still search of a goal here. Barbosa, another shot from distance, but another chance has gone missing there. Not far off, just missing that final edge in front of goal maybe, but very bright signs from our young striker. Declan Rice doing the hard defensive work as usual, and man, this game is close. 54 minutes gone. Barbosa still looking for a way through, and how about this for some footwork and strength? Dances his way through the back line, can't pick out the final pass, and Chelsea still desperately in search of a goal here. West Brom actually come the closest there in the second half. If he could have put that pass just a little more central, that easily could have been a goal for them, but it is eventually Chelsea who find the breakthrough. Simple enough, 1-2 pass, Ziak and Abraham linking up, and just when we need it the most, Chelsea find a goal with about half an hour left, and man, that game was a real nail-biter. That's how the game ends up, wrapping up. 3 points for Chelsea, a lot closer than we probably would have liked to see that game, but we got the win, so on to the next. Alright, well, a win for both us and Liverpool still keeps us 1 point ahead in first place, but we gotta keep our wins up if we want to maintain that, that's for sure. Chelsea looking to start off strong here against Wolves, and we do exactly that. Abraham and Ziak linking up once again, and Ziak, what a finish from a ridiculous angle if I'm being completely honest, and he has been such an outstanding player for us all season long. Mason Mount, another one who stepped up to the plate, sliding through a perfect weighted pass here for Ziak, who's through on goal. Can he grab a second? One-on-one with the keeper, got the composure to round him. Oh my god, what a player we have on our hands. Hakim Ziak carrying this team to success. Chelsea 2, Wolves 0. And barring a pretty crazy turnaround of form here for Wolves, it looks like we are well on our way to another win. Tammy Abraham grabs the third of the game, 52 minutes gone though, and Declan Rice gives away a penalty in the area. It's converted eventually, and Wolves pull one back, 3-1, and hopefully this isn't the turn for Wolves that they were looking for. It's not. Tammy Abraham scores a 4th, 4-1. Chelsea are running rampant up top here. As long as we can maintain some sort of defensive composure here, we're definitely going on to win this one. Teemo Werner making a nightmare run against Saiss, and he puts it in the back of the net, taking him on for pace, and Teemo Werner does it once again, joins in the party. 5-1, ridiculous stuff from Chelsea. Can we make it even more? Yes, Abraham scores again. Chelsea 6, Wolves 1. What an outstanding game from the Blues, and this is exactly what we needed here at the tail end of this season. Alright, well, consistency is the talk of the town now. We've seen what we could do in those last 2 games between absolutely hammering Wolves and grinding out a tough result against West Brom. Can we do it again against Sheffield? Hudson-Odoi looking up for the challenge here. Outrageous footwork to take on 3 men, and he's still going. Hudson-Odoi cutting it back. And rather than go for the pass, he keeps going, eventually gives it away. A little overdone there, maybe from the winger, but you love to see the excitement. Sheffield, however, shock us with an outstanding goal via Josh Maja. What a goal that is. Ridiculous shot. Pops it straight over the keeper. A little dip on the shot. And man, there's no stopping that. So with a little bit of help needed, Duvan Zapata coming off, Tammy Abraham coming on, who's been in hot form. We gave Zapata the chance, but we cannot be playing around with points here at this stage of the season. So in the second half, we turn our fortunes around with Tammy Abraham converting just like that after coming on, and now we have 40 minutes left to grab a second. It's all hands on deck for Chelsea, who know that even a draw here would be catastrophic, and Abraham steps up again. Suspect on the marking there from Sheffield United in the back line. They kind of left him wide open, but he took full advantage of it and just puts it in the top corner. Talk about placement. Tammy Abraham doing a great job this episode as well, and Chelsea with another narrow victory, but again, we secure the points. Chelsea 2, Sheffield United 1. Josh Maja, fantastic strike was not enough to separate these two sides. All right, well, our fourth game in a row here, and then we'll take a little break before the game against Leicester, and hopefully we'll grab another 3 here. Watford have been struggling big time. They look probably like they're going down this season, and Chelsea are just desperately looking to get themselves in front. We do exactly that so early in the game. Abraham, another header off of a corner. It's becoming his specialty as of late, although he can really do it all, but Hakim Ziak steals the show here, taking his man on and sending one into the roof of the net. Absolute world-class goal from a world-class player. Hakim Ziak doing it once again for Chelsea. 2 goals just like that, and Watford look to be on their way to another defeat. Chelsea, these desperately needed 3 points are hopefully secured, and we eventually do it. We get the win against Watford, so that's 4 off the bounce for Chelsea. Outstanding run of form, and pending what Liverpool did, we could have widened that gap just a little bit. All right, well, like I said, a little break here. Liverpool have dropped points again, meaning we are 3 points ahead of them. And with 4 games remaining, this is crucial, guys. They've only had 1 loss all season. It's the draws that are slowly getting to them. And like I said, we have 4 games left. Leicester City next, then Manchester City, and then Liverpool. It's likely going to be the game that decides this season for us, especially if we can get wins in these next 2. But I'm not taking any points for granted against these 4 teams. It is going to be a tough stretch. But we've prepared for it. We know what we need to do. We've beaten all of these teams in the past, and now we just need to do it again. All right, first up, it's Leicester and Declan Rice captaining this side once again. It's been an outstanding season from not only him, but the entire team, offense and defense. We've had players performing all over the pitch. And really, despite a couple early exits, not even that early, but maybe disappointing exits from some of the cup games this season, Chelsea has been outstanding, and I think our league run has shown that. It's ours to lose at this point. We are still top of the league here. Mason Mount looking to make an impact and cutting inside. Great footwork, but eventually seen out by Pereira there, and we just need to get the better of Leicester. I think early in this game, they're a side that's desperately looking to get a little higher up the table than they are currently, and they definitely have the quality to be doing it. Mason Mount seeing a lot of the ball here early in the game, and he slides through Tammy Abraham, who puts across the face of goal, and who else is there to finish but Teemo Werner? Usually you see the reverse. It's Werner into Abraham, but a little switch of play there, and what a strike there. First time volley, nothing the goalkeeper could do about that. And again, Chelsea taking their chances when they count, and it's been an outstanding run of form for not only Ziak and Abraham, but also Werner too, and Abraham looks to pounce here. A huge mistake from Leicester, but we'll take it. 2 goals for Chelsea just like that, and you usually see those kind of goals against us playing out from the back in a sloppy way, but this time the computer does it, and Chelsea are there to take advantage. Leicester 2 goals down now, and things not looking great for them, and honestly Chelsea looking hungry for more here as Abraham sets up Werner again, who just barely can't slide it past the goalkeeper. All credit to him, actually. That was a great save with the foot. It was going on in the corner of the goal. It was on target here. This time though, Zuma getting himself high up the pitch, and this Chelsea high press is absolutely catching Leicester out. Mason Mount, the latest to find himself in the box, and scores again. 3 goals for Chelsea with still half an hour to play, and we look to definitely be on our way to a win here. What a huge result this would be against pretty big opposition, if I gotta say. And like I said, Leicester have been struggling a little bit and definitely pushing to be higher up the table than they are at the moment, but Chelsea really feeling themselves here. Ziak couldn't finish that one, but the kind of form he's in, you can't blame them for trying. Zapata, the latest to come on as a sub, and he finishes. Our strikers, both of them having a great time. Abraham probably our number 1 at this point, but Duvan Zapata coming on and showing exactly what he can do, scoring another goal. And Chelsea don't look to be done yet with 5 minutes left here. Hakim Ziak looking for a way through, looking to set somebody up. It's time to have a little bit of fun with it, and it actually ends up resulting in a goal as Zapata finds himself on the end of another pass. It is just too easy for Chelsea at the moment. We got 5, Leicester 0, a clean sheet and 5 goals. You couldn't ask for more. We'll talk about a statement win to the rest of the league here. We still secure first place with yet another win, and honestly, we couldn't have done so in better fashion. 5 goals is just absolutely outrageous. The way we were playing is so full of confidence, and everyone contributing on the pitch. I have really high hopes for these next 3 games. All right, well, like I said, we are still first. Liverpool's still 3 points behind us, and honestly, it might come back to bite them. They've missed a couple of those points through draws and have found themselves 3 points behind us. Unfortunately for us, they have way higher of a goal differential than we do, so if it does come down to it on a draw level on points, they will come out ahead. I'm playing this one safe against Man City, guys. It's worked in the past. We're going 5 at the back and trying to catch them out on the counter. They beat us last time out. I felt like it was undeserved, but you really can't be too safe in a game like this. I feel confident that we can get a goal with our 2 strikers up top in this kind of situation. We'll set Teemo Werner to get in behind, and we're just going to focus on defense. We know City like to have the ball. We've played against them tons in this career. We've gotten the better of them playing this way several times, so we just got to get out there and do it again. So without further ado, let's get straight back into action against Man City. Alright, here we go, away at the Etihad, in a game that really could decide the fate of this entire season and our title hopes. If we lose here and Liverpool can pull back level on points with us, it could be game over for Chelsea. If we either draw or lose to them in that head-to-head matchup we have after this, so a lot riding on both this game and the next one after that. Manchester City starting here on the front foot with Kevin De Bruyne looking for a way through. Upamecano defending hard, but it's not quite enough. Eventually Declan Rice gets that ball away, but some very nervous moments there at the back for Chelsea, but this is where we're set up to shine here on the counterattack. City have committed numbers forwards, and Chelsea bombing forwards now. Teemo Werner, little overlapping run there, and eventually Skriniar gets back there to get a foot in. Lovely defending. Teemo Werner working the ball around. Chelsea with a little bit of possession here, and Teemo Werner off the header. Hakim Ziak getting himself in there and deflected again. City also packing the box with numbers here, and it's been an end-to-end match so far. Exciting stuff, and to be honest, Chelsea looking a little more on the front foot at this point in the game. Teemo Werner finding himself through Hakim Ziak, putting a ball into the box. Desperation for Abraham as he flings himself at the ball and not too far off again. Manchester City booting the ball upfield. Like I said, it's been a really exciting match. Both teams bombing up and down the pitch, and both teams also looking rock solid in defense. Yet, despite all of the running around, there haven't been too many concrete opportunities really on either end. But we're looking to change that here as Mason Mount slides in. Hakim Ziak, top of the box. Great touch. Better finish. My God, this guy is unstoppable. Hakim Ziak does it again for Chelsea. The first touch was immaculate. The second touch was a finish into the back of the net, and you couldn't place it any better than that. Ederson was left for dead as Ziak just put it in the top corner, curled it right over the goalkeeper. Credit Mason Mount with the vision on that pass too. He's been playing great, and honestly the vision to even find Ziak in that space was absolutely outstanding. Chelsea just got to hang on at this point, and Mason Mount also doing the defensive work, getting himself up and winning the ball again. He is having an outstanding game, and he could even contribute here. He's through on goal. Now Mason Mount, oh, he drags the shot well wide of goal. Well, we've seen him finish a few this season, and that was not one of them. We go into halftime just like that. Still 1 goal in front, but it's still very much anyone's game at this point. We do have the goal, so it's probably in our hands, but unfortunately for us, City are looking hungry here in the second half. Declan Rice caught out by Sterling with a little touch in behind, and now a free kick in a dangerous area results in nothing, but Manchester City continue to work the ball around, and honestly, it's all hands on deck for the Chelsea defense here as they work the ball around, but this is where we might shine here on the counterattack. Once again, Ziak waiting for the overlapping run, and Werner waiting for the run from Reece James, and he keeps going. Reece James through on goal and drags another shot well wide of goal. That wasn't anywhere near the net, but again, Chelsea opening up their back line at least, and looking like we could grab a second here, but Manchester City, on the other hand, could be grabbing their first with any of these chances, so every chance, defensively speaking, has to count for us. We have to make sure that they don't get anything in or around our box. Chilwell, back post, and Werner, that might be game there. Chelsea grabbing a second, again, completely against the run of play. Chilwell sets it up, and Teemo Werner is there to finish. Off the volley again, absolutely world-class striker right now. He's in top form and really lighting the league on fire here with goals. He's in the running for Golden Boot, I think, against Kevin De Bruyne, who we have kept quiet so far, and we'll be hoping to keep it that way. A 2-goal cushion is looking really good here with 15 minutes left. Getting high up the pitch and winning the ball back, it's Conte, unfairly so, says the referee, but we're keeping that pressure really high and just trying to keep them away from our box. But De Bruyne slides through El Nassiri. What a finish there. What a pass, rather. The finish was not that difficult, one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Manchester City pull one back. Man, it's a nervous time here for the Chelsea backline as we continue to hang on as they are in and around that 18-yard area. El Nassiri waiting for another chance through, and Declan Rice make sure that that does not happen. All we got to do here is get the ball downfield and hang on. It's been a really close call so far here, and as long as Manchester City don't grab a second, we do go on our way to win all 3 points. There you have it. The whistle blows. We played it a little safe at the end, but again, a narrow victory counts just the same for us. 3 points for Chelsea against a big team in the league. And could this be the win that really secures the title for us, or is it going to come down to this next game against Liverpool? Man, well, with the wins in our last 6 games, Chelsea are on a huge winning streak, 19 unbeaten games, and we really turned it around here at the later stages of the season. But like I said, it probably is going to come down to this game. If we lose against Liverpool, they grab 3 points. They're ahead of us on goal differential. They will likely take the league, assuming they win their final game. We play Spurs, and they have much easier opposition. I forget off the top of my head who they play, but I looked it up earlier. So I think it's do or die time, guys. This could be the biggest game of the entire series. We've had some huge run-ins with Liverpool. The Champions League final, we beat them in last season, some exciting league games, and it's become a true rivalry here in the 3 seasons we've been in charge. Liverpool versus Chelsea in the league match that will likely decide the course of the rest of this season, with 2 games remaining here. We've been on a fantastic winning streak, and you gotta say we're at least as likely as them to get a victory here. On the flip side, they've been in great form too, dropping a point or 2 here or there, but they've only had 1 loss all season, so definitely still very much in the running for the title here, and as winning it last year, could be favorites to win it again this season, on paper at least, but we've shown them up and shown what we can do this season, so all we have to do is see it out here. 2 games left, and we just got to give it all that we've got, guys. You got to say here in the press conference, we are ready. In terms of preparation for this game, we know what we can do against them. We've done it in the past. We're on a winning streak. The players are in form, and I don't see any reason why we can't do this. It's just a matter of executing. I'm going to be honest, I feel like this kind of formation works against teams like City and Liverpool. I'm going with 5 at the back. I know it might seem a little defensive on paper, but we've got numbers that can get forwards. Werner and Abraham up top have shown what they can do with Ziak behind them. We're not going to play that defensive. Chilwell and James on the overlap can really provide a lot of width for us, and we're just going to set up strategically here. So here we go, guys. The biggest game of this career so far, and I got to admit, I am nervous before playing this one. In the meantime, maybe as a good luck charm, if you've been enjoying this series, please consider subscribing. Helps me out a ton, and might just help me calm some of these nerves before the game. So we get to it now. Let's do this. All right, here we go. The game that will likely decide this season. Chelsea versus Liverpool. Van Dijk versus Rice. Salah versus Werner. We have huge names all over the pitch between both teams, and this could be a real classic matchup here between 2 heavyweight teams in the Premier League. Unfortunately for us, it's an away game with Liverpool desperate to beat us here. This could be a very tricky game for us. Mo Salah with the ball here to start. We are going to hound them and play really aggressive defense with numbers back, but pressing the ball when they are in our half and making sure that they don't have the space to find chances in through on goals. Salah forced back here as we hound them in midfield. Mason Mount and Conte, between the 2 of them, there is so much energy to close down in numbers. And we are pushing Fabinho here as Roberto Firmino tries to find his way through. Eventually, both Rice and Zuma in kind of a joint tackle come away with the ball. And this is the kind of chance we'll be looking for. Teemo Werner almost released through, but Van Dijk is always going to be watching there, and he's going to be a tough defender to get those kind of balls through. But we know the game plan here. Chelsea going to try to strike on the counterattack. We've had it work before against Liverpool, like I've said in the past, so I don't see why we can't do it again here. Roberto Firmino working his way through. Toni Kroos, a lot of the ball here for Liverpool, but nothing to show for it yet. We gotta just keep in context, this is our game plan here. As long as they don't get real clear-cut shots on goal, we are doing our job defensively, and the chances will fall for us. 22 minutes in here, it's been mostly Liverpool, but like I said, no real chances past that back 5 that has stayed resilient. And Conte again winning the ball back, a real unsung hero of this season, N'Golo Conte. And really the past 3 seasons, he doesn't score or assist a lot, and probably doesn't make these kind of highlight reels as much as he should, but wins the ball back constantly, and is just crucial in keeping our defense and offense both tied together. He's such a quality player. And Chelsea with a chance here from the corner. Teemo Werner played short. A little different type of play here. Hakim Ziak waiting for a way through. Fantastic tight passing here from Chelsea. Can we find the opening gap though? Tammy Abraham in the box. Oh, a finish from a ridiculous angle, and Tammy Abraham does it for Chelsea. Well, a goal out of seemingly nothing there off the corner. We were trying to work it around a little quicker than that, but the opening eventually came, and Tammy Abraham made the most of it. Chelsea go in front just like that. Could this be not only the goal that decides our season, but the finishing moment really of this career if we end up winning the Premier League? But Liverpool have a lot to say about that before this game ends. 60 minutes left, and they are in and around our area quite a lot here. Toni Kroos trying to work it through. Eventually, Declan Rice there to clean it up once again. And if we can hold Liverpool back here, I think it's safe to say he will have been crucial in making that happen. Chelsea trying to get the ball forwards again. If we could grab a second here, it could be game over for Liverpool. You can see the possession stats there, 80-20. Doesn't matter for us. Oh, no way. Well, how did that not end up in the back of the net? Tammy Abraham, a rocket off the volley there, but Alisson stayed on his feet and saved it with his hand. I don't know how much he knew about it, but he got an arm out and put a glove to it really in the end. Chelsea still only the one goal up here. We take it to halftime. Liverpool yet to score here against us, and we have found the goal that gave us the lead so far. 45 minutes left to play. Not taking anything for granted just yet, but it has been a great performance by Chelsea, and we look to be on our way to a win here. 72% possession from Liverpool. Nothing to show for it. 0 shots, not even on target, but just across the board. We have done our job amazingly here, and we just got to do it for 45 more minutes. And actually, you know what? With them 3 points behind us, I think that would guarantee us the title. So this is a huge occasion. I'm kind of realizing that halfway through watching this, and Liverpool pushing through here and just waiting for any kind of opening. But again, N'Golo Kante is there to close it down. What a player and what a game he's having. Teemo Werner sliding through. Tammy Abraham, oh, he's just offsides. It was going to be a great chance for Chelsea there. And again, that is our game plan on the counterattack, and it's coming off for us just a split second too late there in the pass. But half an hour left. Chelsea under a little bit of pressure here. Liverpool really giving it to us high up the pitch, and again dominating proceedings here in the second half, but we're throwing numbers at it. I don't care how many yellow cards we need to pick up to keep them away from our goal. We will do it here. Fabinho getting himself forwards, and again Declan Rice sticks in a boot and keeps his man away. Chelsea, rock solid defense here. You got to give all credit to them for the success we've had so far in this game. Reece James bombing up the pitch. Can he make something happen? Now I gotta play the safe option back. If we can see this out for 15 more minutes, I don't care what kind of ugly win we need to grind out here. We are taking the points if we can get them. N'Golo Kante, Mason Mount trying to work the ball through, and again, Liverpool just kind of cutting out that pass there at the final moment. Mane now, a little give and go, and he's away in space. Chelsea got to get numbers back here to protect our goal. Sadio Mane again looking for a way through, and he's hounded by Chelsea players, looking a little exposed here. Eventually, Zuma gets a boot to that one. We got to be careful there. That could have been a chance for Liverpool, but with 10 minutes left, all we got to do is hang on here. Mason Mount, gotta love the work effort, coming back to get a boot in, despite that Liverpool come forwards, but we continue to throw numbers at them. Upamecano closing down Mane in the box across the face of goal, and Mendy gets there. Oh my God, what a tense ending to this game. 7 minutes left, and Liverpool still coming forward in numbers here. Mo Salah, ball over the top, and it's out. 90th minute. Oh, we can just see this one out. I'm sending it upfield. Don't care. Mason Mount way over the top here, and hopefully that's just enough to see the clock wind down. Liverpool, maybe one last chance. No, we've done it. We've won the Premier League, taken down Liverpool with a close 1-0 victory, and for the first time ever, a Respect the Jeff team has taken the Premier League title home. It's been a long time coming, and this is by far the best team we have ever put together on this channel. Well deserved, and a great performance really to seal off what's been a fantastic season from the entire team. It's exactly what you'd expect. Good performance up top, really tight tactical game plan here that really worked out well, and a fantastic defensive performance from not only the captain Declan Rice, but the entire rest of the team. Big shout out to both Mason Mount and N'Golo Kante, who really made this team tick. All right, well, what a way to end the season. Still one game left against Spurs. Doesn't matter though, we took the title. 95 points, guaranteed at least. We could make that as high as 98 with a win in this next match. And Chelsea on a 20-game unbeaten streak. Absolutely outstanding, well deserved. So we'll quickly take on the highlights of this game before I show a sneak peek of what's coming next. All right, final game of the season. I think it's safe to say the players' heads were gone at this point. Maybe celebrated just a little too much, but Spurs came out definitely the better team in this one. Fortunately for us, we saved it until it didn't matter anymore. A game like this would have been catastrophic in these last couple games of the season. But man, we had trouble dealing with that threat up top. Harry Kane ran rampant here. And really, Ethan Ampadu given the start here. We rotated a little bit because I figure why not. And unfortunately for us, that game ended 3-0. Chelsea losing out to Tottenham on the final day of the season. So maybe sours the mood just a little bit, but I'll take it anyways if it means we still come away with the league title here. Like I said, we've finally done it. Declan Rice captaining the side to the Premier League trophy for not only the first time in his career and his time here as captain, but for the first time on my channel, first time as a manager that I've ever won this trophy as well, and I am over the moon. Like I said, well deserved. The team has played out of their minds this season, and I mean, that kind of winning streak is just a once-in-a-lifetime sort of thing. 20 games in a row, and Chelsea have really outdone themselves this season. So let's enjoy this celebration and then take a quick look at the end of this career on some of our highlights. All right, well, there's the confirmation, guys. 38 games gone, 95 points for Chelsea. And Liverpool slipping up huge there. They really choked at the end of the season from 1 loss to 3 in the final, I think, 4 games of the season. So a little bit of a slip up there from them. Watford, Everton, West Brom, the teams to go down, but notably, all that really matters for us is that Chelsea finished top, and that was our priority this season. I'm so happy we delivered. Like I said, I wasn't going to force the issue. I didn't manipulate any games or anything like that. We did come away with not only the league, but the Super Cup and the Community Shield earlier in the season, so the unconventional treble, but I guess it still technically counts. Atletico Madrid coming away with the Champions League, and then unfortunately in the league, De Bruyne did edge out Teemo Werner, 25 goals over 24. So narrow there. I thought he was gonna get it. I was pulling for him, but it didn't quite come off. Hakim Ziak, however, did get the most assists in the league by some margin too. 18 in 36 matches, not bad at all. And while we're at it, let's take a quick look at the rest of the squad. If you guys want to check out my website, respectthejeff.com, you can see all the stuff, but for those of you who don't necessarily want to go look, I'll run you through some of the quick highlights from not only this season, but this career. Declan Rice, obviously captain, most appearances this season, tied on appearances with Hakim Ziak, who had the most assists and chipped in with a fair few goals as well. What a player. I'm going to say he's player of the season again this season, not only for the statistics he put up in terms of assists, appearances, goals, but also just the influence he had on the game, the types of goals he scored, and how he facilitated the rest of the team. Teemo Werner, also our top scorer, absolutely outstanding. He averaged not that far off of a goal a game for 3 seasons in a row. Simply an outstanding world-class striker. Mason Mount, big shout out to him too, came back and really established himself in the team. He was a surefire starter by the end, chipped in with some huge goals and assists, especially in that final stretch. And same with Tammy Abraham, 23 goals, 14 assists, and he clawed his way back into this team and fought his spot back from Duvan Zapata, who, to be honest, had a great season as well, but Tammy Abraham, clearly I think the better striker, or overall striker at least, between the two of them. And then finally, big shout out to N'Golo Kante. Like I said, maybe a little underrated, not necessarily on paper, but in terms of making the highlight reels and things like that, but he was an integral part of this team for the last 3 seasons. And guys, this is where we part our farewell with Chelsea. 3 seasons and we won it all. 2 FA Cups, 2 EFL Cups, the Champions League, the Premier League, as well as the Community Shield and the Super Cup. 7 trophies in 3 seasons. It's really not too bad at all, and this team stands out as the best to grace my channel by a landslide, I gotta say. But before we say goodbye, it's time to nominate the best players from this career to make the Respect the Jeff Hall of Fame. And with a lot of players really stepping up, I have 3 players to induct this time around. First up is Hakim Ziak. The Moroccan wizard was the driving force behind our offense for all 3 seasons, and he constantly delivered goals and assists with ease. 171 appearances, 40 goals, and 55 assists is no joke at this level of competition. But more than the stats was his influence on the team and ability to bring the best out of those around him. He's been our player of the season for 2 years running, and you gotta say, it is well deserved. Now next up is Teemo Werner, and despite struggling in real life, he was world class in this save. He's the second player behind Jordan Hugill to crack 100 goals on my channel. He finished with 102 goals, 25 assists, and in 140 appearances. That means he was chipping in with almost a goal contribution a game for 3 seasons straight, which is absolutely outrageous. And you gotta say, he's such a player come the end of these 3 years. And finally, the last inductee is Declan Rice. He signed in January of our first season in charge, and instantly solved our team's defensive issues. Now, he started as a defensive mid and sort of transitioned into the backline as center back, but he made himself captain after proving to be among the league's best, and he led this side to their first title under my management and made sure he was constantly the standout performer in defense. So there you have it, some new legends for the channel, but many more to come. But make sure you stay tuned for my new series with Schalke that is coming soon. It's my most ambitious series yet, and it'll feature never before real-life youth players like Sidi Sane, younger brother of Leroy, who will help bring us to glory. So I hope to see you there for our journey together, but until then, I'm Respect the Jeff, and I'll see you next time.